23rd. Please stand for our invocation, led by Pastor Tony Lucier, and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Good morning. If y'all give me a few minutes, I'll run to my car and get my guitar. Okay, just kidding. Let's pray. Father, we thank you for a new day. It's just like you to bless us this way, Father, with new days, opportunities, coming here as friends and families at the gates of our city. Our humble prayer, Father, is that the words of our mouth, the meditation of our heart, be acceptable in your sight, O God, our strength and our Redeemer. I pray you favor these who lead us today, and may our community become even stronger the more we look to you for strength. In Christ's name we pray. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, President Small. Here. Vice President Gregory. Here. Councilmember Penn.
Here.
Councilmember Carroll.
Here.
Councilmember Reynolds.
Here.
Councilmember Daves. Here. Councilmember Woods.
Here.
Statement of rules.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
It's good to see everyone this morning. Welcome to our July 23rd, 2024 meeting. At this meeting, we do have rules at this time. If anyone have any type of electronic device, including cell phones, please at this time put on the off or the vibrate position. The off or the vibrate position. Any person that is desiring to address the council must sign in indicating the resolution, the ordinance, appeal, or public hearing agenda item before entering the meeting. When addressing the council, the speaker must give his or her name. Any person that is desiring to speak to the council on a non-agenda item must contact the city clerk's office no later than 2:00 p.m. the Thursday prior to the council meeting. The subject that he or she wishes to express to the Mobile City Council must be identified and pertain to the City of Mobile business. Anyone who has not given proper notice to the city clerk's office and wishes to speak on a non-agenda item will not be allowed to address the council. Each speaker is allowed 3 minutes to address the council. A bell will sound to indicate the end of 2 minutes. 1 minute remains for summarizing. The second bell indicates that your time has expired. When addressing the council, there will be no personal address to any individual council members. All statements are to be made to the chair, who will recognize any council member who wishes to respond. To maintain decorum, there will be no undue applause and or public outcry allowed. Madam Clerk.
Approval of minutes of July 16th.
So moved. Properly moving and second in the discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Minutes approved.
Communications from Mayor Stimpson.
Good morning. Sorry I'm running a couple of minutes late. Appreciate everyone being here. I was really excited in this the pre-council meeting to talk about we've finally achieved 60% design on the and the pricing that goes along with that on the Civic Center. Today we'll be doing a sneak peek of what some of the updated renderings look like to give everyone a better idea of where we stand. And also excited that the first read for the demolition of the Civic Center is on the on the council agenda this morning. Those are my announcements, but I also know that we have Fireman of the Month and a Officer of the Month. So I'll call on Chief first to do the Firefighter of the Month. Johnny.
Good morning, Council President and Council.
Good morning.
The Mobile Fire and Rescue Department is very thrilled to announce Firefighter of the Month for the month of June. I have with me today Fire Service Driver Joanna Williams. Joanna's been with our team for over 5 years. She was recently promoted to Fire Service Driver. She's assigned right now to the fire rescue truck down at headquarters, Rescue 3, one of our busiest units. Gianna so far is being highlighted because she exemplifies what I feel is mobile fire and rescue. Um, she's a hard worker. She's very dedicated. Matter of fact, if you look in the back, her crew came to support her. They the one that recommended her for this award. Um, she's a trailblazer. She's been with us, and she's anything she does, it comes out shining. She's one of our brightest stars. I have a paragraph of things written for her, but I can tell you right now, she's the best, one of the best that we have, and we're so glad to highlight her for this month. So again, Gianna Williams, she's our driver on the paramedic truck. We're gonna try to get her soon to become a supervisor, captain, and next chief. But she's a trailblazer. She's the first in every category that we have. I present to you guys again Firefighter Month for the month of June, Gianna Williams.
Congratulations.
While they're taking that picture, if I can make a couple of remarks. I had an opportunity to visit with Gianna and found out that she actually grew up in Georgia, went to school. Was it Illinois? Yeah, Illinois. She's an All-American track star. So when you look at Gianna, you're thinking, well, was she a sprinter? Was she a high jumper? Whatever. You'd never guess that she threw the javelin and the shot and the hammer. Yeah, shot put, hammer, and the discus. Yeah, pretty amazing. But to be an All-American, that means you have to be in the top, All-American in track. You have to be the best 8 in the nation. So I don't think she had a problem qualifying for the fitness part of this test. But not only was she trailblazing back then during her college days, but the chief is exactly right. She has hit every mark when it comes to doing what needs to be done to secure promotions that she's already achieved in fire rescue, but also would have a very bright future for you, Gianna. And thank you for your service. Yeah. And at this time, Chief Jackson will introduce the officer of the month. And unfortunately, I was not able to visit with the officer beforehand. So once he makes the presentation, I'll step forward and we'll have a picture made up there.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Council, for having us here today. Before you, we have Officer Alex Russell. This is not your first time seeing him. He was Officer of the Month back in December of last year as well. Officer Russell is a very proactive officer. One of the highlights this past June was when he stopped a possible stolen vehicle, and through the course of his investigation, he ended up seizing a large sum of money and several weapons. Officer Russell had 98 calls. He had 30 back-ins. He made 11 felony arrests, 18 misdemeanors. And as I said, he seized 3 guns and over $10,000 worth of cash. He does this month in and month out. He's constantly one of the applicants for the Officer of the Month. But before you is Officer Russell for his second time. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Mr. President, when he finishes, I'd like to tell John that I'd like the mayor to, when he changes the website, have you handling that big old truck right center of the website. I'd like to see that picture. I bet you it is pretty intense and incredible.
That concludes my remarks.
Adoption of the agenda.
So moved.
Second. Properly moved in second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Agenda's adopted. Madam Clerk?
Appeals. We have requests for waive the noise ordinance at Herndon Sage Park on July 26th through the 28th. We've been asked to table this one.
Move to table.
Second.
Properly moved in second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Item table.
Request for waiver of the noise ordinance on March the 3rd on Dolphin Street, July 22nd through the 26th. Martin Luther King Jr. Avenue and Belsaw Avenue. September 21st, Cathedral Square. February the 8th, Jackson Street between St. Anthony and State Streets.
So moved.
Second. Properly moved and second in discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? The bill passes.
Public hearings today is a public hearing to rezone property located at 59 Hillcrest Road from R1 to B2.
This opened up the public hearing for this particular said item. Is anyone present that would like to address the council on this item? If not, this public hearing is closed.
Today is a public hearing to declare the structures at 1909 Boterra Drive West, 1622 Duval Street, 771 Farnell Street, 2203 Height Street public nuisances and ordering them demolished.
This opened up the public hearing on these particular said items. Is anyone present that would like to address the council on these items? If not, the public hearings are closed.
Today is a public hearing to fix costs for demolition of structures at 2813 Berkeley Avenue, 1328 Adams Street, 411 Marshall Street, and 2351 Howell Avenue.
This opened up the public hearings on these particular said items. Is anyone present that would like to address the council on these items? If not, the public hearings are closed.
Presentation of petitions and other communications to the council. Betty Shin,
Do not see Mrs. Sheehan.
Emily Anderson,
Ms. Anderson?
Sabrina Mass,
Sabrina Mass. Mental health in society, namely speaking for the citizens of Mobile, Alabama. There are many that may suffer a setback in life, but that is no reason to assume anyone is crazy. As I am a citizen and taxpayer in the city of Mobile, a citizen not only concerned about myself, my family, and our well-being, but a continued concern about each and every citizen, whether it be a taxpayer, a homeless citizen, a mother, a father, a son, or daughter. Mobile, Alabama has in the last 3 years wasted millions upon millions of taxpayer dollars on foolery, on self-absorbed wants instead of citizen needs. It is ludicrous. Then the question at hand is, why is crime so high? Well, until the millions are put back into the most impoverished districts, as we know consume mostly of the Black population, it will get worse and worse. While I am for innovation and rebuilding, I am against money going into a million upon million of dollars put toward a project that will do no good to combat homelessness. Can a civic center house the homeless citizens, veterans, families with children? Can these projects that millions are wasted on feed the community? So entertainment is most important to the city officials elected by the people. This shit is to practice a meritocracy, not hypocrisy. Mobile, Alabama should be a city to thrive, not just survive. And you wonder why people battle mental instability? You have helped with foolish choices, profit before humanity, politics before compassion. See, at this point, I have searched my heart. I do not blame the mayor's administration. I put the blame on the city council. You have allowed this city to suffer under your regime. Mobile has 200,000 citizens, but yet you travel to my home state of Houston, Texas, the fourth biggest city in the United States, to ask for advice on how to combat homelessness? Make it make sense. 200,000 versus the fourth biggest city, and you ask for their advice. This is weird. That is mental illness in itself. Mental illness comes in many numbers to many people. Check yourselves before you check the community. So I will keep it real, as I always do. Do you truly care? The pattern speaks for itself. As a proud nurse that has never been diagnosed with bipolarism, but Geminiism, I choose to fight for those who suffer in the community because I have compassion for those who truly are in suffering and a suffering place. Seek your hearts We all should on a daily basis. Again, I would say this. I have no ill or hate for anyone, but we got to
Thank
do
you.
better for the city of Mobile and its citizens. Thank you.
Reggie Hill.
Thank you, Madam City Clerk. Before I begin, I do want to say it's great to see you back in the chambers and having your grace here, as well as see Ms. Pappas in the audience, and I want to congratulate her on her retirement and wish her the best as she moves forward. To the citizens and stakeholders of Mobile, greetings. Reggie Hill is my name. I rise today, as mentioned in our city's motto, with a spirit of enduring progress, while knowing that the hardest thing to do, excuse me, is forget the scars that life gives you. Reflecting in this arena on the idea that the traditions of our city are no longer enchanting alone. Instead, we are creating and upholding traditions of bigotry, discrimination, anti-transparency, hatred, finesse of taxpayers, misuse of funds, abuse of power, and plainly put, absolute corruption. With no viable mainstream reporting on the serious issues that take place in our municipality, it is imperative that citizens like myself continue to address this body in this manner, so that there will be an account on an official record of the injuries incurred by taxpayers, unfortunately, every single day in Mobile, Alabama. Let's look at forming weekly agendas. You mean to tell me that on roughly every Friday, you each receive an agenda package this large, even with weekly layovers based on how you will make decisions? There is no way you read through everything we are paying for at your behest. Alleged demolition of the Mobile Civic Center. Last week, I shared a press release regarding this property located in a historic district. I'm sure you all don't know the law or aren't being properly advised on the same. It is illegal for any administration, agency, or individual to tear down a structure in a historic district when there is no proof of funding or 100% of the new site plan completed. Mr. Carroll, I advise you remove your name from the sponsorship and you all send this to committee. The first court hearing is next Monday, July 27th at 9:30 a.m. at this building in courtroom 6600. Expensive claim to taxpayers right here in my hand is an $800,000 claim which shall be granted. I'm right now formally requesting for it to be stamped into the city clerk's office, added to the official record, and shared with every individual listed on it. You all have got to start putting the citizens first and stop thinking that you are untouchable or the results will leave our city bankrupt. The FY25 budget. Because we are only allotted 180 seconds to speak, I will have to continue these remarks next week as we grow closer to finalizing the new budget for our city. But if we can take $4.5 million from our reserves to illegally tear down the Mobile Civic Center, I know we can place an additional $1 million in police sensitivity training. Here is a shirt still containing, and I want to show you that, still containing my blood from when I was wounded 4 times on Friday.
Thank you, Mr. Hill.
In the driveway, so you're not going to have a minute.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Madam Clerk. Madam Clerk. Madam Clerk.
And now you're going to try to murder Mr. Hill. Now some got to change.
Ma'am.
Y'all can do what y'all want to do.
Ma'am.
And come and get you whatever you want to. And all y'all who for that no knock, that one, like Gina Gregory, all the people in that neighborhood should vote for her. It's time for the change, y'all. Y'all do what y'all want to do, but God says time for the change. You murdered him, and you gonna try to murder him. Mr. Hill, no. We got to understand for that. Okay, okay, okay. In the name of Jesus, God, you step in. You know what's going on. You know what's going on, Lord. You know, let me take my shoes off. I said, I ain't in the bar. Y'all trying to murder me. Who all had something to do with that? Everybody who had something to do with what they did to Mr. Hill, Friday, y'all in trouble with God. Not me. I'm just the vessel. I'm Minister Casita Jackson. I'm a woman of God. You tried to murder me. Y'all better change.
Eileen Corkin regarding Resolution 08642, 643, 644, 60, 669, and 670.
Good morning. Eileen Corcoran. We're good? Two things that I noticed while looking over the agenda for this week's meeting. One was the tens of thousands of dollars the city has been routinely spending, like every week, buying departments their own software to help their employees in their daily operations. I'm all for providing tools and resources to their employees. I'm just wondering why the city is still paying Tyler over $1.5 million every year when the city's not getting what Tyler originally promised us way back at the beginning, if you remember. I know some of y'all weren't here, but I was here. We need to cut Tyler off. I mean, they're buying their own programs that only work in their departments. It will never, integrate with Tyler. So there's $1.5 million to save right there. Cut Tyler off. The other thing that I was looking at is the issue of you guys with performance contracts. There's an actual process that was created back in like 2014 or 2015 when it came to performance contracts. I know because I was the one that did it. It was a very valuable process that was created. It was a weighted, scaled process that was rock solid, defendable, where you could rank the performance contracts because what they're supposed to be is a 501c3. It's only supposed to be for 3 to 5 years. These groups are not supposed to get money for 50 plus years, which a lot of them do. The money they get is also supposed to help all the citizens of Mobile somehow, in some way, instead of just like their people. I think if we turned it in and looked at that, you would also find a lot of ways to save a lot of money going forward. I know they wouldn't like it, but if we're doing accountability and transparency, we need to look at that as well. That's it.
Thank you.
CIP resolutions held over. 21650, authorized contract with Harris Contracting Services for Medal of Honor Park lighting, ball field, and court improvements.
So moved. Second. Properly moving second. Any discussion? Mr. Woods, did you want to elaborate on that?
Yes, sir. I loved how I was going to do it at the end, but this basically been in the works for quite a while. Finishes a lot of things that have been going on in Medal of Honor Park. So Medal of Honor Park at the moment is the only park in District 6. Everything from tennis courts to softball, baseball fields to walking trails. So this definitely kind of finishes out a lot of the areas from redoing some drainage out in that area to also addressing some fields. So I guess well spent and reinvesting in District 6.
Again, congratulations, Councilman Woods. And if you heard what he said, key words was that's the only park in District 6. But some of us got 14, 15 parks in our district. But anyway, that's some good words. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Item pass.
Resolutions held over. 01637, authorized amendment to agreement with Telepac Networks. And this is a ceasefire to extend internet services. 01638, authorized agreement with AltaPoint Health Systems for crisis response under the Mobile Early Diversion Program. 03639, appoint Jay Kinnick and Jesse Galloway to the Improvement District of the City of Mobile McGowan Park Project. 08640, amend purchase order to JHCC Holdings to complete additional wreck repairs to Chevrolet Tahoe. 08641, approve purchase order to Gulf Coast Truck and Equipment for garbage truck fuel system repair. 08642, approve purchase order to Image Trend for annual renewal patient management software. 08643, approve purchase order to Next Gen Asset Management for application programming interface. 08644, approve purchase order to SHI International for computer network switches, power supplies, and warranty support. 08645, approve purchase order to University of South Alabama for summer semester paramedic classes. 21647, authorized contract with Canon Solutions America for print services and supplies. 21648, authorized contract with Delcon for Mobile Museum of Art exterior repairs. 21649, authorized contract with Matt Johnson to provide digital marketing professional services. 31651, authorize and approve sub-award grant agreement amendment number 2 with the Alabama Department of Conservation and Natural Resources for 3 Mile Creek watershed restoration. 37652, consider the application of Quality Care on Wheels to operate a shuttle service. 60654, authorize settlement agreements and release of claims.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moving second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Item passes.
Ordinances being introduced. 64043.
Per council rules, these will lay over for 1 week.
Consent resolutions being introduced. 31657 through 6673.
Move to waive the rules for immediate consideration of these resolutions as read.
Second.
Properly moving second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Rules waived.
31657, authorize the mayor to apply, accept, and receive a grant from the U.S. Department of Justice.
Move to table.
Second.
Properly moving second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Item table.
37658, recommend approval to the ABC Board for issuance of a retail beer, table wine, off-premises only license to Wawa 5800 7095 Cottage Hill Road. 40659, 660, and 661 and 662 are declaring the structures at 1909 Boterra Drive West, 1622 Duval Street, 771 Farnell Street, 2203 Height Street public nuisances and ordering them demolished. 663, 664, 665, and 666 are fixing costs for demolition of structures at 2813 Berkeley Avenue, 1328 Adams Street, 411 Marshall Street, 2351 Howell Avenue. 58667, assess cost removal of weeds. Repeat group 72. 60668, approval water special bonus to the Public Works Employee of the Month. 60, 669, 670, 671, 672, and 673 are determined appropriations to Brave by Reflection, Inc., Christ United Church, Gulf Coast Ethnic and Heritage Jazz Festival Productions, Stewart Memorial Christian Methodist Episcopal Church, Christ United Church serve a public purpose, and approving payment.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved in second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Item passes.
Resolutions being introduced 01674 through 25686.
Move to waive the rules for immediate consideration of Resolution 01-675, with the rest of these being laid over for 1 week.
Second.
Properly moved in second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Rules waived.
01675, authorize agreement with the Alabama Law Enforcement Agency in the Gulf Coast High Intensity Drug Trafficking Area for the fiscal year 24 HITA program funding.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved in second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Item passes.
Announcements.
District 1, Councilman Penn.
Thank you, Mr. President. This past weekend, we had a great turnout at our coach and councilman combine. It was a great opportunity for young people throughout District 1 and the city of Mobile to receive coaching by high school coaches. So we want to thank all the parents, thank all the residents that came out and participated in this great event. This weekend, I'm hosting, supporting the Back to School Bash. It's July the 27th. It will be at Figures Park. Free food, free haircuts, free school supplies. We're going to have a great time. So come out and invite your friends and family. We're also going to have a basketball game taking place. So a lot of great events taking place as well. And then that following, on July the 28th, we're going to have a jam fest at the Mike Dow Amphitheater. And so we're inviting everyone to come out. It's going to be between 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. We're going to have a great time. And also District 1, we will have our District 1 community meeting on July the 30th at Figures Park, meaning at the Figures Community Center, starting at 6 p.m. I'm excited. I announced it earlier that the Park and Recreation Department have received a $500,000 grant to fund a brand new playground. So thank you to the Parks and Recs. This is all a part of the Tobinville Community Action Plan that we created about a year ago, talking about development grant opportunities. So I really want to thank Parks and Recs for making this happen. You'll have an opportunity to pick how you would like to see that area designed. So come out, bring the kids as well, so they can pick how they would like to see their playground. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. Penn. District 2, Councilman Carroll.
Thank you, Mr. President. I want to go back to a statement that was made earlier today in reference to the Civic Center being torn down and demolished due to time or historic structure in a historic neighborhood. I think that the information that you heard was a little misleading. In order for the building to be protected, the building had to be named. The building is not a named structure. It doesn't bear anyone's name. It doesn't bear the significance that bars it to the historic standard of reprisal or keeps it from being demolished. Secondly, the age of the building too. I mean, if I remember, I don't know if it's reached the age of 75 years old or older at this time either. So we have to be careful again in how we state and present things to the general public, so that we don't, have people confused on one end or another. So that's a little concerning to me at this point in time. Mr. President, I appreciate the time. I have no further announcements.
Thank you, Mr. Carroll. District 4, Councilman Reynolds. District 5, Councilman Days. Councilman Woods, District 6.
No announcements, Mr. President, but I do want to take the liberty, just like my colleague did, to go back for a second. Also, studying and reading the agenda, just a timeline so the public understands how we work through the agenda. Things are laid over 2 weeks or additional weeks. So diving into that is a process. I know I start my process on Thursday, looking at the draft agenda, then on Friday when it's released and studying everything. So I spend my weekend studying the agenda, trying to come up with any questions. And again, we have a pre-council meeting, so any questions revolving around what's introduced or what's on the agenda can be answered. So to say how do we do it or how do I do it, I can at least speak for myself. I start early, takes all weekend, and work through Monday. And really, honestly, Tuesday morning, I take a look again before I get here. So did want to address that. Thank you, Mr. President.
Okay. Thank you, Councilman Woods. District 7, Vice President Gregory.
Thank you, Mr. President. Today we approved an item on the agenda that is a great stepping stone toward dredging Langham Lake. It is the subaward grant agreement. It's called number 2 with the Alabama Department of Conservation and Natural Resources. It's called for 3 Mile Creek, but it is actually for Langham Lake. So very excited to see this continually moving ahead. And as we get closer to actual dredging at the lake, you will hear more about it, and we will certainly be providing more information about the process and what it means for the lake and usage of the park as we get closer to construction. This coming Friday evening, I will bring welcoming remarks to 3 families who were part of one big overall family. That's the McCants, Bell, and Packer family. They will have a big dinner celebration on Friday evening, and I look forward to seeing a lot of old friends and new friends as well as I welcome them all to the city of Mobile. Then on Saturday, we have yet another back-to-school event. A lot of those going on this weekend in the city of Mobile. This is in conjunction with the Sandtown community. I'm happy to be a sponsor. We will be at Fire Station number 18. That's at McGregor and Museum Drive. There will be 200 backpacks to give away, and of course there'll be vendors and other activities out there as well. So please come by, get your backpack, and visit with us at Fire Station 18. It begins at 9 o'clock on Saturday. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice President Gregory, and to the citizens of District 3. I had a privilege this past week to bring greetings from the city of Mobile. Hats off to Visit Mobile for bringing several groups into our city. Last week, we had the Buffalo Soldiers. They came in from all across the country, from California, New York, and et cetera, here to Mobile. Thousands of them came in, and pretty much they did a lot of stuff in our community, from doing giveaways, backpacks, community events, all the way to Africa Town and Plateau. Hats off to the organization for coming in and really bringing in love into our community, and that was the Buffalo Soldiers. And also had a privilege and honor on last evening to welcome the Order of Eastern Stars here into Mobile. They have their convention here this week here in the city of Mobile. So hats off to Visit Mobile for bringing in all these groups. Also, this coming Thursday, Representative Barbara Drummond and myself, we will be featuring our annual Chit and Chat to the seniors up on House District 103 and District 3. We have reached our capacity of numbers, but that will be this coming Thursday, looking to host these seniors on this coming Thursday at our annual Chat and Chew. Also, I would like to mention the upcoming committee meetings we have coming on this afternoon. We will have a committee of the whole. Topic of discussion is the investigation from the former Chief Paul Prime, and that will be held in our conference room on the 9th floor. And that would be again at 1 o'clock p.m. and on Tuesday, July the 30th at 1 o'clock p.m. in the conference room of the councils. We will have our administrative committee meeting. Type of discussion, will be short-term rentals. Anything from this council? Anything from administration?
Mr. President, I think at this time it would be proper to entertain a motion for an executive session. My name is Michael Linder. I'm the city council attorney, and I'm licensed to practice law in the state of Alabama. The purpose of the executive session would be to discuss legal ramifications and options regarding present and threatened litigation. I would suggest that pursuant to a motion from one of the council members, we adjourn to the 9th floor conference room. We will not reconvene the full council afterwards, except at the committee of the whole meeting at 1 o'clock if the council so approves.
Okay. So move. Second. Properly moving second in discussion. Madam Clerk.
Vice President Small. President Small.
Yes.
Vice President Gregory.
Yes.
Councilmember Penn.
Yes.
Councilmember Carroll.
Yes.
Councilmember Reynolds.
Yes.
Councilmember Daves. Councilmember Woods.
Yes.
Okay. We will now adjourn.